So a few of you may have already seen the Asian journals that I did last month. I think it was last month. And I had some things that were left over, you know, some of the ephemera, some of the paper. And coincidentally, somebody asked me if I could put a pack together that was like the Africa pack that I put together that had bits and pieces so that you can make your own journal. So that's what this is. I made, I think there was 15 packs that I made, but several have already been sold. So I can't remember exactly right now how many are left. Anyway, they'll be in the shop. And what I did is, well, here first of all are some of the pieces of fabric that I had some smaller pieces of. So those are part of the pack. And then, let me pull that out. There. And this is the paper pack. And what I've done is I've just put together a lot of the papers that were left over. So every single pack is not identical, but it's from all the same resources and it's all the same amount. So it's just grab bag. And then I've just placed these inside of one of my eco prints that kind of went a little stray. It had kind of like a mind of its own. So anyway, that's another story. Okay. So let's see, let's move this over and let's first, pieces of fabric. So let's look at the papers first so you can get an idea of what's in the pack. There's little baby pictures in there. Whoops, there's some more small ones. And then this is just, you know, one of those pieces you've probably seen before. Oh, before we go any further, a lot of these papers are very highly pigmented and they're water soluble. So what I do when I work with them, I put them down with a glue stick so it's not wet, and then I put a spray sealant over it before I work with it with anything wet. That's only if you're going to work on top of it with something wet inside of a journal or something. But if you're only just going to glue it down onto something, you don't have to seal it. I wouldn't go through all that trouble. Alright, so these are a few of the pieces of ephemera that I had put inside of the little journals that I made. So there's several of those that are included. And then some scraps of paper, some origami paper, some pieces of that, lots and lots of money. Ooh, 10,000. So I think I've included $40,000. So, you know, you can afford to buy the pack. And then I had a calendar, and so I had cut up a lot of pieces of that for the other journal, and I had some left over. So I've included a few of those pieces from that. And then if you've ever bought the different paper packs, you know, like at the Asian markets, you may already have some of these. But if they're not in your area, then you're going to get plenty in this pack. And these are really fun to work with because they're like tissue paper, you know, so you can put them down into your journals on your pages. And they're really cool. I have also included this synthetic cork Now, the reason I've included it, because I know cork is not, you know, indigenous to Asia, but to me it gave sort of like the illusion of bamboo. And I'm not sure if that's going to come through, but when you see it, you'll see the lines there, and it just reminded me of bamboo. So I thought I'd put a little piece of that in there. And then some of these pages are the pages that were in my journal, so they were already folded, and I didn't end up using them because I did too many. So that's why these are already folded as opposed to giving you the entire sheet. But you can use them, you know, any way that will work in your journals. Put that there. And then here are the fabrics. Now this I just made the other day. What I did is I got double-sided tape, and I got my scraps and put them on the tape. So basically you can use this like washi tape. You can cut it up into small pieces and turn them into tabs. You can cut them into long strips, or you can put it on another piece of paper and use that to create a pocket. Any number of things that you can do, but I just thought it was fun, and so I put those together, so that's included. And this is some of the shibori fabric, some silk, more silk. This is sort of flocked. It's kind of cool. Now some of these fabrics you may recognize because some of these I got from Selena. Some of them I got from Jessica, and others were just part of my collection that I already had. So you're going to get a nice cross section if you weren't able to purchase from any of them. Some of those pieces that you probably said, ooh, those are pretty. Well, you might get a couple of them in this packet. There's plenty there to make a cover. I just love this fabric. Just give me anything shiny and orange and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. And this would be a pretty journal too. And then this paper that I usually put a piece of paper in the back just to give it some little bit of stability, but this was kind of cool. And even though these colors aren't what I think of when I think of Asian colors, these shapes are. And what's really cool about this paper is that it's embossed, but it almost feels like it's weird, it feels almost like a rubber. I don't know, I've never seen paper like this before, but it's pretty cool. So I thought, well, I think I need to include it just because it's different. And I don't think you're going to find this too many places. I got this a long time ago at Tuesday Mornings. You know, it was probably discontinued, but it's pretty cool. So anyway, so you're going to get all the fabrics and all these papers and ephemera, and I know that you're going to create a really cool, cool looking journal. I know, because you'll have all the goodies to do it. I know you can do it. Anyway, so these will be in the shop. And like I said, I just made a limited amount, and a few of them have already been sold. So I hope if you're interested that you go there quickly, grab yours, because I had a lot of fun making these and putting them together, going through all of my stash. So as always, it needs a new home. I've been looking at these a long time. They need to go bye-bye and find a new house. And I think that new home should be with you.